Hello, I am live again. Presume everybody can hear me. If anybody is actually out there. Let's see. Oh, no comments yet. I don't know if there's anyone watching. Well, either way, good welcome all. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for watching. And as normal, I'll start off by pouring myself some Jack Daniels right at the end of this bowl. And starting some BB Black Dog music. Once again, for all the YouTube algorithms out there, the BB Black Dog music is supplied by the BB Black Dog music channel. And because I do some work with those guys on their albums, they're quite happy to let me put their music on in the background, so it isn't super silent when I'm sitting here drawing and can't think of anything to say. Right, so this piece, what I'm going to do, I've got Only Death Can Save Us stuff again this week, because I can't show you anything that I'm doing for Outliers, because I finished the first 24 pages off. Just turn that down a little bit. I finished the first 24 pages off, and now I'm doing some turnarounds for some of the villains in the second half of the book. So I can't show anyone because we haven't revealed them. That whiskey's nice. Right. So let's get on, shall we? So I've done a few lines, just some curves, and I think probably what I'm going to do is ink this character here, maybe the forearm for tonight. And as ever, it's only an hour, so I'm not going to be able to do the whole page. This is the other page from it. So it's a set of godlike characters, and it's going to be a double page spread. And I'm going to do kind of like sort of a repeating background behind them all, but I'll be doing that digitally. So it's just the characters that are laid down, traditional inks. Yeah, no, I'm not Mighty Geek Studios. I'm not. I did that earlier on today. It's whiskey and ink brushes now. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's see who else turns up. Right, so I normally spout some crap while I'm inking, so I might as well carry on doing that. Has anybody been watching the football? Don't really. That's soccer for all you American cousins. Got the Euro Championships going on at the moment. England played last week and they were shit. But what's new, eh? I think Russia got beat today. That'll make CNN happy. A little bit of topical news here. So yeah, got the football going on. For some reason, COVID doesn't work in football stadiums, so everybody's able to go in there without masks and stuff. It's amazing. It's a miracle. Yeah. And I think I just heard a story today about the Olympic Games. It's in Japan, and they said because they're worried about COVID and stuff that they can have people in to watch the games, but they can't cheer. Seriously, it gets worse and worse. But I think I'm going to use the pen on that. So anybody who's been watching will know that I've got several different brush pens that I use. I use the thicker brush pens for the outlines. And then some of the detailing I'll use the, keep forgetting their bloody names, the Tombow pens. I really enjoy those. So even though they're quite thin pens, they provide a brush-like line. It's really nice. So I'll be filling in afterwards with them. Excuse the noise, it's just my wife picking up a few things before she goes to bed, because she leaves me to it on a Monday night. Yeah, I'm going to post that up. No, most people don't know that drawing is a martial art. It requires, certainly drawing comics requires discipline. As in, you've got to practice and practice and practice to get it right. Repetition is the mother of excellence. And that's the same with martial arts. You've got to keep doing the same things, even the boring things, like just a punch or a block, the simplest kata. They must all be repeated. But they shouldn't be repeated badly. It's very easy to get into bad habits, as it is with drawing. You must always question your art, your technique, and build upon those things that work. So get the basics right. Then it's time to move on. Oops. Hello, William. I'm just knocking over what's left of my Jack Daniels. To put it somewhere where I don't knock it over. I haven't got enough room on this desk. But I'm not rich enough to buy a bigger studio, so that's the way it's going to stay. So, what else has happened this week? We had in the UK, we had a new news channel called GB News, and the 12 psychos on Twitter, and the fools, the useful fools, the useful idiots in the media wanted to ban it. It's like it's apparently not okay to have a different opinion. And their view was that it would be right-wing media. Not that there is any right-wing media in the UK. When I was a kid, right-wing meant like skinheads. The BNP, that's the British National Party, horrible set of people. Lots of racists amongst them. But that was what right-wing was back then. I suppose that was probably disingenuous at the time as well. And right and left, just I don't understand what it means anymore. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, to suggest that some news channel was ultra right wing and so should not be allowed to be on the airwaves is just outrageous. If even if that were the case, which it isn't, they're not ultra right wing at all. They just have a different opinion from the BBC. Even if that was the case, you need to have different ideas out there. I mean, the whole thing, like I was saying about the British National Party, that they were argued out of government, out of any decision making because their views were abhorrent. That's the way it works. Bad ideas can be removed by discussion. Freedom of thought, freedom of speech, incredibly important. Anyway, we had all that crap going on this week, the last 7 days. I've watched a bit of it, and for the most part, it's pretty good. Opinion-wise, the sound rig is hideous. They're all over the place, so some of the production is a bit dodgy. But other than that, it's all right. Certainly don't listen to the BBC much anymore. Sorry, BBC, but you've got to sort yourself out. The BBC is a grand idea, really good, but when it only has one opinion, it ceases to become the public's broadcaster. But that's all a bit heavy. That's not what I'm here for. Just a recap of some of the stuff that's been going on this week. From a drawing perspective, finished off Outliers, the first 24 pages of Outliers for Joe Fulton and Outlier Comics. Thank you, Mike. So good to have you here. Thank you for turning up. Everybody, you should follow Mike Emirates. He is an amazing artist. So yeah, I've been doing Outliers for Joe Fulton, and that's the first 24 pages is done, and so I'm on to the next 24 pages pencils at the end of this week. And in the meantime, I have got production to do on Only Death Can Save Us issue 2 for Arrow Comics. I've got like print files and what have you to get ready, because obviously it's the reprint of the book. There's a couple of extra pages of story that everyone will see in book 2. And then there's these pages, which again will be available for everybody in book 2 in the gorgeous format that Mixam provide for me. And they're kind of like fact file pages, but sort of with story involved as well. And I've got to sort those out. I'm getting most of them are done. I'm only left this spread, and they're being flatted as I speak. So they'll be coloured. I might actually do next week. What I might do is leave a couple for colouring. I'm not sure. Depends if I get the time or not. And show you my colour process on the book. But we'll see. When does it go to print? Issue 1's already gone to print and will be available in August. Issue 2 will go to print next month, which is what I'm finishing off here. And I will be providing a tier or perk in book 2 via Indiegogo, where you can get signed copies of the Arrow books as a either as a, like, you know, if you want to be a completionist about it and get the books, or if you want to have a catch up without buying the original book and just get the floppies to do the catch up. I'm going to do that. And also the cover art for each one of the Arrow floppies will be available to purchase with a signed copy of that floppy. So lots of different things coming. Who is Joe Fulton? Who is Joe Fulton? That's a question. Isn't he Darth Fulton now? That's what I heard. Hiya, Jim. Thanks for coming. It's very cool to have so many people come and watch me do this. I used to get so nervous doing this at conventions. And for a while there, I was, well, I mean, it still makes me feel a bit nervous. I'm not the most flamboyant of people. But there's something about doing it on YouTube which, I don't know, it's just more comfortable. Perhaps it's just because, you know, I'm at home in the studio and it's a familiar surroundings, and obviously all your equipment is there, and it makes life a lot easier. So yeah, what was I? Arrow Comics. So yeah, hopefully people will enjoy both the direct market versions and the crowdfunding versions. There's something for everybody in both. And the crowdfunding version, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, is the premiere version, because of the way it's printed and also the extras that you get. There will be an exclusive set of content in the second book that doesn't appear in the Arrow books. So, you know, if you're a completionist and you like this kind of thing, by all means, get everything. There is a dog dying in Russ's house. Yeah, okay, that's just, it is. It's baby black dog, and I'll just turn them down a little bit there. There you go. Hey, Sugar. Thank you so much for coming. I just got all these famous people turning up. Right. So I think I'm going with a small brush now. Where's my wave brush? There it is. Wish you could get. I don't know if there's any way you can get background music for live streams. That would be a cool thing to do. No, I can't. I am not filling that up on camera. That's just that is asking for problems. I'll just do it with the other brush. Where are we? do it with this brush. Does that work? That's fine. Okay. So, yeah. Well, I think I keep losing my train of thought. That's the other problem when you're doing this. I'm really rubbish at talking while I'm working. So you have to keep yourself amused, I suppose. But yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. Let me get that thick brush back. And you're trying to focus on what you're doing and trying to keep people entertained. Got ourselves a couple of new cats this week. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said I was going to put the cat up this week, didn't I? Oh, God. Well, I would have, except we got a second cat, and the first one's gone completely fucking mad. Not in a bad way, in a cute way, but he's gone bonkers. So they're both off to the vets tomorrow to get checked out because they're from the stables where my daughter rides. And they're sort of half feral. So we've got to have them checked out. And then I think maybe next week I'll be able to bring one of the little mites on. So yeah, it's been a bit crazy this week. Didn't get much sleep last night because we had the second one come 2 days ago, so it's just starting to find its legs now. And so last night I was in the room with us, and God, just wouldn't stop meowing. So here I was at 3:30 this morning trying to tire the little bugger out, having it chase around my hallway. Hey Todd, nice to see you. Michael T was talking about having someone do a retro cover for his campaign. So I said, he wrote your name on his list, so he might hit you up, Aaron. All right. Always keen to look at different projects. Yes. Thank you for that shout out, by the way, Sugar. Yes, kitties. They might have typhoid. I hope they don't. Lol, yeah, lol. I trust they don't. I don't think it's that common in this country. Let's get the pen out. So I'll see if I can get that figure done in the hour. Got some more Pentel refills for the Pentel pocket brush. Fantastic little brush that is. It's not as nice as the I can't remember. I can never remember the bloody Japanese name. It's not as nice as that one, but then that one hasn't got any ink in it. So that was a bit of a cock up. I wasn't using that one so much today. I was using the Pentel brushes, which were really nice. Kind of my OCD part of me desperately wants me to just use one brush for everything, but it doesn't work out like that. Just doesn't work out that way. Sometimes one brush will be better for something than another. And those Tombow pens are just superb. But like I say, the Pentel brushes overall are really good. This big one is really nice. Obviously, it's no good for the smaller details, but it's got a really nice flow to it. Howdy. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. So, second book is I'm going to be trying for some slightly different looks to the art. Not a million miles away. It's still the same stuff. I think I've mentioned it before. I kind of want a bit of a meta thing going on where, as I go through the books, they've the style changes slightly, so it's a bit more sort of the first book has got like a lot of 6-panel grids, classic ones from like 60s, 70s Bronze Age stuff. As the silver moves into the bronze, and then in the second book, I'll be doing more sort of 70s, 80s, more Stalin-esque stuff. Still my style, but layouts will change. There'll be maybe some different detailing. And if I get that far and I get to book 4, 5, 6, because I've got an arc for the first 3 books, if I get to book 4, 5, 6, then I may consider doing something completely different, maybe like a painted thing. I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes. See what the demand is. But I'd like to experiment a bit with the art. You only live once, don't you? So you might as well do something a bit different whenever you can. But at the same time, you know, if people like the way that I've done things, I don't want to put them off. I want them to come along with me. So definitely a feedback thing. But we'll see how the second book goes. I'm going to get ahead of myself. G'day. Thank you very much for coming. Lovely to see you. This all sounds really good. I had 6 cents of my favourite years of comics. They are my favourite as well, yes. Hey Jim, yes, hey Jim. So, yeah. They are my favourite years. As you can see from, well, I'll just pull this up. This, oops. Make sure the cat doesn't stand on that pen tomorrow. This is some of the art that I've got hanging around me as inspiration. So that's there's a Tom Palmer piece with John Buscema pencils underneath. Got bits and pieces like that hanging around because I just love that kind of artwork. I was watching Leroy earlier on today. I went and checked out the was it Velocity? He said anyway, the one with Roquefort on, and God, that's gorgeous artwork he's producing. And sometimes you look at other people's artwork and you go, oh my God, maybe I should attempt. Make it sound like I can do anything. You can't. Maybe I should attempt this or attempt that. But I don't know. There's something about the way the art was constructed in the 60s, 70s, and 80s that I just it chimes with me. So I kind of don't want to do anything else. I suppose you've got to do what you love. That's the best chance you've got of producing the best thing you can for yourself. So rather than trying to attempt to be like other artists or sort of see what other people are doing and then go, oh yeah, I'd really like to do that. That looks fantastic, but not be as good as them at doing it. You've got to be true to yourself, I think, and then you can produce the work that really chimes with you, that really works for you, and that you really love. And hopefully, just hopefully, all that will come out in it, and people will be able to see it, and they'll be able to appreciate it. You may, just may, have struck it right, so that it conveys the things that have inspired you and got you to the point that you are with your art. I don't want to copy those, those artists. I want them to be my inspiration. I don't want to look exactly like them, but I do want to convey the same feel that they had, and it's kind of like there's a certain simplicity to the work, so it's not like loads and loads of texturing in it, but there are, it's economy of line. That's the expression I'm looking for, which I do like to use that expression because it's something that I like to build into my own work. I'm always really impressed by artists who can make their work look great, and by using lots of textures and techniques, but just don't think that works for me. I've tried it and I just get bored. That cross hatching, it's not for me. Antoine, thank you very much. Varian is here. No, they are not Copic multi-liners. I'm desperately sorry. They are mostly Pentels, actually. This one's a Tombow. I just said something about the Strange Sim. I haven't seen it. I was wondering if there was a new book starring her coming out or something. Go check that out because it's available on Amazon, I think. Best thing to do is verify all these things yourself because I'm fucking useless. I tend not to hold much information for very long. I just want to draw pictures, tell stories. Although everybody should go and sign up for Antoine's new book. I have. It looks like a corker. Some of the art on that is great. And that's a perfect example of me talking about other people's art. It's like there's absolutely nothing like what I draw. You don't have to draw the same as someone in order to appreciate it. I just think it looks awesome. I think the art looks fantastic. Interesting idea for the story as well. But that's why it's important to stay true to your own art and appreciate others. Inspiration is a good thing, but trying to copy isn't. And so that's where it becomes important to stamp yourself upon your work. Only for anyone to say that my work reminds them of the people that have inspired me, it's always incredibly flattering. But I wouldn't want to get to a point where I copied another artist so much that people couldn't see it was mine. I mean, there's a fat chance of that. I'm in for John Buscema, but you know what I mean. So you want people to go, I can see those influences in your work. That's flattering. But you also want people to go, but that picture there, that's yours. That's not done by anyone else. That's done by you. That's a Russ Leach, or that's an Antoine Dennison, or that's a Roquefort, or whatever. You want people to pick that out. Because if you can make yourself unique and, even more importantly, brand yourself instantly recognizable artwork, people are going to remember you. Well, it's easy to pick out like a Dan Fragger piece, isn't it? Because of the way that he draws superbly. Top-notch funny book. I like that. That's good. Good day. Good day. Oh, yeah, I seen your book and then you go, yeah. That's a good idea. Hey, Scotsman. I became back. Yes, you did. Thank you very much. Thank you. That will be in the post this week. I will be sending your package. You got the poster pack, the print pack, I believe. So you get some prints from some fantastic artists, guest artists there, as well as a couple from me. Oi, what's all this then? Russ is doing ASMR art. What? Talking to an old man. Oi. Brush out. Get the big brush out. Gone all quiet again, am I? Sorry. Do. Probably holding my breath as well. So this gives a rather lovely long line. Close to filling in time now. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Ooh. That's why is when people use calm voice and sounds to calm the listener. Oh, right. Okay. I think it's just the whiskey doing that, to be honest. Whisper biscuit and crumpets in my ears, Russ. Tell me it's tea time. Can't play cricket without knowing what a crumpet is. Crumpets and tea. Tiffin. It's a horrible thing, Russ. Don't ever listen to ASMR. It makes me furious. I don't think that's the point. Point well and truly missed. Right, let's get the fill in. Straight away, make the cock up there. This something kind of, I don't know. There's something scary. I suppose it's because it's not scary, almost liberating about inking for reels, you know. Because I've effectively built my style around my digital work. I knew I kind of wanted to look a certain way, but was never brave enough to use real brushes. Still not really. But these brush pens are superb. And they give me the control that I felt I probably wouldn't be able to master with a real brush. But they're also giving me that look that I was after. But of course, if you cock up, it's a lot more difficult to sort out than the digital stuff. But there's something good about it. And of course, major plus side is having art, physical art to sell to people. No NFTs here. Although I was seriously considering putting the cover of Only Death Can Save Us one up as an NFT. I just haven't got around to doing it. I don't suppose anybody would buy it anyway, but you never know. I've got so many things to do. And so very little time to do it all in. But everybody's got that problem, haven't they? It's not just me. It's not just an artist thing. It's everybody. This is a lovely fill-in pen. Occasionally it flicks up. You see just there. There's a little. I don't know how much you can actually see on the screen. Occasionally, a little. The tip just goes awry, but yeah, a little bit of Posca whiteout does the trick. If you are inking traditionally out there, buy Posca. They are really good. Great for that whiteout. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll fill all this in and then go back over after with the whiteout. Again, whiting out on a computer is so easy by comparison. But I don't know, the lines, I don't know. I was really pleased with the art that I put together for the first book. But the art, the feel and the look that I was trying to get to, I felt I just sort of missed. But this stuff I've been doing with the brush pens has really nailed it for me. So the whole of book 2 will be traditional inks like this. Although how you can say with brush pens it's traditional, I don't know, but you know what I mean. It won't be digital inks, it'll be real inks, physical pieces of art that can be put into the perks, but also that I can keep and put up for sale later. There you go. The art of read. How jolly nice for you to come. Thank you very much. We had loads of great people here tonight. Just starting to get the hang of this. Been doing a huge amount of ink in the last few weeks with outliers and these extra bits for Only Death Can Save Us. So getting my eye in. I've got to get back into pencils end of this week for the second half of Outliers, so not quite as much inking, but absolutely loving it. Time we got. Oh, been going 55 minutes. This is going to work out just right, I think, for the timing. I'll fill in that arm and then come back with a white out. Got to do a shoulder as well. And I really must drink more whiskey. So this whole spread is part of the fact file things for issue 2 and for book 2, of course. So I'll show the spread off again at the end. Should probably have got my curves out for that. Been using French curves again. I haven't used those in such a long time. Back in my deep past, I used to art direct and design for all kinds of retail, and one of the company, well, the main company that I worked for during the 90s was a company called Argos, and they basically you had a brochure, and a lot of people would get the brochure from the shop and go home and read through the brochure, and then they'd sort of organise their Christmas lists from it and stuff. But I was part of the team that organised the products, how they were laid out on the pages, the photography, that kind of thing, and art direct sections and what have you. And so I used to have to literally draw products. So I got I got my basic training, I suppose, from drawing toasters. But we'd have to draw all kinds of things, obviously you'd have to draw people with the models with it, because back this is before desktop publishing. We used to dream of the idea of being able to draw straight onto a screen, not realizing that would probably be the end of our jobs. But yeah, I used to have to draw, like all kinds of stuff. It would be anything from toasters and jewelry, hence the French curves, which is why I came up with this story in the first place. All the way through to showers and kitchen equipment and all kinds of things. And then I ended up working for Dixon's and Curry's, or PC World as they became. Similar things, games brochures, that kind of stuff. So I used to have to use curves all the time. That was such a long time ago doing that. Drawing fucking toasters for a living. How bizarre is that? I'm just going to actually, before I go, I'm just going to fill this in because I really enjoy filling in. It's very relaxing. After I did that, I ended up, after I was doing the toasters and the video games and stuff like that, I ended up doing stuff for the travel industry. And because I was kind of running a studio and knew a lot about Apple Macs and what have you from desktop publishing, I ended up getting into coding and ended up writing code for websites and stuff and search, well, not so much search engines, but online catalogs, on online libraries of products. So I did, I coded the first Sony Europe online catalog or online library of their products, and then ended up going into because of that, ended up going into the leisure side of it. So I went into the holiday industry and what have you, and that's what my business was all about, really: data management and application development for the holiday industry. Very, very dull and boring. Got to do some UI design, which was quite good. But yeah, really bloody dull compared to drawing comics. But it's amazing what other disciplines can do for you and how they can help you. You know, the experience that you gain along the way. Close to finishing now. My computer sounds like it's going to take off. There we go. That's that figure done. And that's part of this spread. So, let's see if I can organize the camera so you can see it a little better. There we go. So it's part of that spread. Like I said earlier, the characters are what I'm doing with ink brushes, but the background will be some kind of repeating pattern, and I kind of like maybe something Celtic, based on, I might use a Mandelbrot set, something like that. I want something kind of esoteric, I think, but techie at the same time. But when you read them, you'll understand what's going on. Well, I hope you will. Right. Okay. Pillow talk. Oh, I'm blushing, Antoine. Blushing. So Russ is responsible for the talkie toaster on the Red Dwarf. Yeah, that would have been cool. No, I'm not. That was journey to program as well. Graphic design, desktop publishing, web design program. Yeah, that's basically the way a lot of us got into it. I ended up starting a business and kind of nicking a client from the agency that we worked at. So that's how we got our start. And it was a crazy time. Crazy time. Thank you, Todd. Thank you. That's what it's all about. When people say things like that, it makes everything right. So that's it for tonight. I've done my time and I've drunk the rest. Oh, my whiskey. The bottle's empty. So I best go and get another one. If you aren't subscribed, subscribing would be very, very helpful. Thank you very much. Sharing the video out would be great. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you for watching. Again, hit that subscribe button and the like button. Be really, really good. For those people in the chat, so many people. Darren's just turned up. Scotsman, great work as always, Joe. Thank you very much, Scotsman. Antoine, Todd, Sugar, Varian, Reed, Sugar. What we got? Joe, Leroy, Jim, William, Mighty Geek Studios. Thank you all so much for turning up. It means a lot when people turn up and take their time to watch and to listen to me babble on about crap in my life. But it does. It means a huge amount. So where was I? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thank you very much, everyone in the chat. Thank you very much if you're watching this on the replay. And you can find me on YouTube as Comic Book Black Belt. You can find me at russleach.com, at comicbookblackbelt.com. You can find me on Instagram, on the Twitter, on the Facebook. Come talk to me about comic book art. No drama, just comic book art and great comic books, which there are many of in the indie world currently. I think that's about all. Yeah, on my website, sign up for the email list. Everybody who has bought the first book or is on my email list will gain access to a secret perk, and it's going to be a good one. I'll be saying more about that soon. And also there'll be another perk for the first 200 people to back the second book. They will also get something very special. So you could be in with a chance of getting 2 extra special things just by being on that mail list, or by going and backing the book now before the 2nd of July, which is the other bit of news. The book is in demand currently, book 1, but in demand will close down on the 2nd of July. I'll put out an update this week. So if you buy the book, then also you will be getting that access to the special perk. I think that's about the lot now. Yeah. So yeah, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Fleecebook, Instagram. I've had one too many whiskeys tonight. Thanks to everybody who's watched. It's a real honor to have people sit and take their time to watch me draw and listen to me yap. And I'll be back next week with another hours drawing, coloring, whatever's going on the board at that moment in time. You can see me again over on Fulton Land with Joe Fulton on Thursday. We'll be talking comics and other stuff that I don't know yet, because it'll fill me in on what subject we're going to have then. And there'll probably be some more art reveals as well from Outliers, which is going to be a fantastic book. I'm really, really enjoying that. So thanks everybody for turning up. Thanks to anybody who's been watching the replay, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.